Alright guys, so I'm gonna do a recap on the trades I took today. Now I did wake up a little late, around like right before 10, so unfortunately I missed the bell, and there was some good opportunities around the bell, so I'll even cover that, like what I would likely have taken. But I did take RTY right before 10 a.m. Here's why. So this profile is really good for longs, like right. So just think about phase of price, where we have tracement expansion followed by consolidation, and then we get this manipulation of this low, right? So this is our refined key level within the previous day's range. So you see me talk about this a lot. Teachers talk about this a lot. We look for a refined key level in the upper half of the previous candle's range. So this is the previous day range. Looking for a refined key level. If it's going to be a refined, high or low, it's going to be in the hourly time frame or above, right? So here's the hourly low, but this hourly low is actually just a 4-hour fair value gap, right? So if you see my YouTube video, right, this is what we use for gaps. So the fact there's SMT with this, you have the SMT fill, really good. And since we have this really good profile, we just kind of consolidate here, and then we manipulate the SMT. Think about phase of price. Typically, we want to see expansion next. I can assume that RTY can actually catch up to YM here, or look at over here, like we're just ripping through all this stuff, right? So all these other assets are expanding while this one is manipulating. So this to me, obviously, is the decoupled market right now since they're just expanding opposite directions. But I think this low, this SMT is to resync the market, and this is where it should happen. There's no reason to go lower. Like why would we need to go lower? And I know that this candle is going to close a reversal candle, obviously, right? Because this is where it should. This is where it should form because there's SMT and everything, right? It's at 9:30. It's like this is the ideal reversal area, right? So I come to the charts again around like 9:57, and I see this. At this point, I know this candle is likely to close with a very large wick, and the invalidation point should be right here, right? So here's the original reversal. We have this CST here. Then we get another CST, and it technically just enter here, right? Now I got a really good fill here, because I was just I told myself I was going to either. It's kind of weird, like I wouldn't recommend doing this, but I was like, okay, this is the weakest asset here. I'll either just get a really nice fill on this, like on this wick. So hear me out. The reason why you can do this, or I did this, is because it's like the weakest assets. So it's going to make the deepest retracement. So I was like, I'm only going to enter this before 10, like anticipation of this being a reversal candle, if I get a really good fill, because this stop loss is kind of large, in my opinion. So I was like, if I get this wick here, fill, then I'm like, okay, I'll just enter it. And I did get it. You kind of see it hits this wick too. Like, it's like kind of like a rejection block, not really, but you get my point, right? And if I didn't get that fill, I was just going to tell myself, okay, I'll just wait for the intracandle CST, right? So I got the fill there, and I knew it was going to close at PSP and a reversal candle, so that's why I'm taking this position here. I did take on an eval too, so I'm not like posting or nothing like that, but it's still a good trade, in my opinion. But yeah, technically, like just to simplify it, like yes, we have everything we need, even though it doesn't look great, right? It's kind of choppy a little bit, but that's just because it's the weakest asset, like literally the weakest asset. So it's gonna make it the deeper tracements and stuff like that. What we have here, guys, is like where this is forming, like where this low is forming. It's absolutely ideal that the reversal forms, and it has to form here. There's no other area. That's why you can kind of trust this a little bit better. Here's 9:30 as well. The fact that 9:30 couldn't like rip through this low as well is really good. So yeah, this is my trade, and you're gonna see what happens. Of course, dude, it's been happening low-key a lot, but so this is looking really good at this point, right? Because we trade into this high and we don't really manipulate it, as you can see. But when you get this little low here that got ran, all right, then I move my stop loss to here, essentially. I trail it to here, basically at this body. Not now, not yet, but now. When we start to expand like that, that's when I really trail it right there. Because absolutely no reason we should be doing this. And if it does go all the way down here, just prepare for some fuck shit, like honestly. Excuse the language, but that's what happens. We just do the most stupidest thing ever, and we just reverse. Also, the reason why I can trail there and be really confident is because we actually, at one point, had the strength switch, right? If I go to YM here, look what we have here, a gap, SMT here, right? So that is a strength switch. Look at RTY right now. This is the SMT. So really, like, this needs to hold. Like, around this area, needs to hold, right? So I get stopped out there. And it makes this stupid deep retracement, and it just reverses, like, off equal highs, which I never like to see, really. The profile doesn't really support bearishness, so I personally wouldn't short this. I know there's a strength switch here. I just wouldn't do it. Honestly, I really would not do it. So yeah, that's and yeah, that's my RTY trade. But I would have taken this. So again, I was late. This is the best trade of the day. I mean, it's so obvious, it's not even funny. This right here, extremely good. Right, so again, we have SMT down here. We have SMT here with RTY. If we go over here on NQ, right, where we have this asset already ran this high, right? But what it's doing here, it's like a delayed protraction profile. Where the current low of day is here, and you guys see how it comes to the current low of day? So at this point, we're kind of expanding higher. What are we doing? Eliminating the possibility for a bearish expansion day. So I kind of view this as like this. It's like we ran this low here. We have this expansion, retracement, create a new low of day. Let me expand again. That's kind of how I view it. Just creating a small wick. See that small wick? This is a New York reversal profile that you can see sometimes. So that's what we kind of get here, right? And yeah, we create this before 9:30, as you guys can see. We create this SMT at 8:30. Now there was no news today. I don't think. Maybe I was asleep, but I don't think there was, right? Yeah, there was no news at 8:30, so it's not like this is like 8:30 manipulation necessary. It's just a manipulation prior to a driver. And then we saw the driver expanding away, right? So the driver does this. Here's the driver, 9:30. So it's expanding away. And look at the V shape, guys. Like, it's super obvious. V shapes here. You know this is reversal. And then we trade into this internal high right here. We fail to manipulate it. This is what I would have waited for. This is a really, really good trade. Here's a previous high. So you're trading C3 right now. I don't care. I really don't care if there's a large wick. It's not even that large, honestly. And with 9:30 volatility, we can absolutely expand. I'll just check if there's a large wick. I wouldn't really care, but this I would not enter here. I know that's like a 9:30 CSD. I wouldn't enter there. I would enter here, right? Because it's a little bit high in the range, but you get this fair to manipulate this high. It's a really good trade. It is really fire. I love this trade. Really, really good. Wouldn't be nothing crazy ROI-wise, but about 2.4. I mean, it's fire. This right here is a good trade to study. So yeah, I just want to point that out. I guarantee I would have taken that shit, 100%. Yeah, that's super fire. Unfortunately, I did not. I was asleep. So there's that, right? So there's my indices kind of recaps there. Let's kind of go over gold. So this is more of a scalp idea. Okay, damn, we actually did get there, but damn, we actually did. Wow. I kind of took only 2R here though. So if you look at this day, honestly, really clean bullish day. I took 2 trades in gold. So here's one of them. This was on, again, evals. It was just the 15-minute time frame. Here's why. I want to show you. Again, I didn't post any of this shit. But I probably should have taken this on silver, honestly. I don't know why I didn't, honestly. But silver is a little bit stronger because it's closer to these highs. So if you just look at weekly profile-wise, let's go to the 4-hour here. Wait, is this the 4-hour? Is this showing me? Okay, it is, okay. Yeah, right? Yep. So this is also like a delayed protraction profile on the weekly time frame, or the weekly candle. So the week starts off by opening high first, but that when it expands away from Monday, it like creates a gap, as you can see. Creates a gap here. And when we trade into the gap, it just creates a small wick. You guys see that? That small wick. So Friday just continues the expansion. And we have SMT with Tuesday's low. guys can see that. SM2 Tuesday's low there. So yesterday's a PSP. Here's Tuesday's low, bearish candle, bullish candle. As you guys can see. Now you would probably think that that's it stronger, but it's actually not. So you see the wick size, guys? Look at the wick size here. A lot larger compared to silver, right? I think we're just closer to this high overall. We're just closer to the high overall. But anyways, it's like when we create this SMT, guys, do we print a reversal signature? That's all we have to really ask ourselves, right? We'll kind of split the screen here so you guys can see the profile. Man, I really need to save this real quick. Oh no. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Let's go gray. And black. Where's my and sign? There we go. Black, gray, and black. Let's save that. Let's put it over here because this is gonna bother me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, bets. So here's silver. Okay, bet. Let's delete all this stuff. Okay. Let's probably play it to let's just go here, honestly. Alright. So let's kind of zoom out a little bit. Where is this SMT at, by the way? Let's go on the daily real quick. Just to find the SMT. So the SMT is with this low, as you guys can see. And do you have a profile to support this type of day? And the answer would be, I would say so, right? Or just like a V-shaped signature. So let's just like a gold real quick. Let's like a gold. What do we want to see? Like opposing candles, support price higher, right? And that's what we have, really. So within this reversal candle here, as you can see, we have this CSD, and we're just supporting, like, we can see price clearly. It's like supporting these opposing candles and whatnot, right? So we're kind of open today right here. So now we're gonna do the same things we always do. We're going to look for a refined key level, right? And what we have here is clearly like a swing low on all these assets. You see this swing low. We don't have like 4-hour gap. So you'd be using this refined swing low as like your key level to form the low of the day, essentially. And that's really what we get, right? We hit this low in Asia session. And do we form SMT with that low? Yes, right? This 1400 low, divergence there. Right, 1400 low, divergence there. So if I was watching this, I was watching the Cowboys game here, boy. We fucking lost. I'm pissed as fuck. But this is a really good trade. I mean, it just can't get any fucking obvious. Like, strength switch here. Previous PSP, like, guys, this is really good. Like V-shaped gap, I mean, fucking hell, dude. It's fucking free, dude. Like, oh my God. I'm telling you, you can trade any session, like, and the logic is so, like, so good. Like, it really is. This is a really fire trade right here. I don't even know if that hits probably, right? Yeah, that's a really good one, man. Jesus. I didn't even know that happened, but I'm just bar playing. I see it, but that's a really good trade, right? I wonder if there's S&P fill right there. Only hourly. No. What about 30 minute? I know, I'm just like curious. Wow. Oh my fucking God. Are you kidding me? This guy's 2000. 2000 right here, dude. SMT fill. That's a strength switch to catch up. Oh my God, dude. Like, I missed this to watch the Cowboys game and you lose. Wow. Is what it is, right? Anyways, now, you know, we have SMT at the current low day, basically, right? Forming our refined key level. So now you're asking yourself, like, when we hit our refined key level, do we have SMT and a reversal signature there? Yes. So that means that you can trade the reversal. Now to trade the continuation, you need expansion away from this level. That's it, right? It's all about reversal signatures, right? So when you first engage at this level, you're going to see the reversal signature on a lower time frame. When you're trading continuation, you're going to see the reversal signature on the 1 hour and 30 minute time frame to confirm the actual profile, like continuation. So we clearly get that expansion, right? So that just confirms the low of day, pretty much, right? So now we can look for continuation right? So you play price towards, you know, more relevant times. If you were at the charts at 9 o'clock, dude, this is so free. It really is, man. What do you have here? A relevant low? Like, I think it's a 4 hour gap too, guys. Like, look, 4 hour gap from the previous sessions. So you can use, you know, New York continuation. I mean, fuck, dude. It doesn't get any easier. Like, seriously. And I'm fucking really pissed because I'm asleep, dude. Oh my god, I'm just so annoyed. It's all good. So you guys could clearly see from this SMT down here, clear V shape. We're using gaps and continuation. I'm telling you, dude, my last YouTube video could change your life. It's really good. And this is what you'd be trading right here. Right? You can just trade this. Multiple ways to do this, guys. Like, multiple ways you can do this. So you can just trade this reversal candle. The wick is kind of large, right? Somewhat, I would say. But what do we get? V-shaped signature. Or you could confirm that hourly wick with a 15-minute candle. You can see this candle bearish, reversal candle, reversal candle. These assets close bullish, right? Look at that, bullish. So you have a PSP. Now, I'm definitely not on the charts at 8 o'clock ever, honestly. So I'm not catching that shit. But what do we get? V-shape, some gaps, you know. What do we get from that? Is a CST. Now, to be real, this is a bad loss in my opinion. If you took this, yeah, I'm taking this loss, dude. That's a valid loss right there, by the way, if you took that, 100%. So, you would just fuck shit PA, kind of just takes you out right there. I'm pretty sure it takes you out, by the way. Like equal lows, you're probably getting taken out and like being so for real. But you can get it back in if you really wanted to. Maybe there's some SMT there. Oh, there is, okay. Yeah, maybe, or maybe there's like a 5-minute gap, or some BS. Nah, I probably would have taken that loss, so that's fine. I would have taken that loss. So that's a great loss. So, or you could scale back in, whatever. But if you're entering like 3-minute, 5-minute from this, that would be your entry. It's all depending on your perspective and what you take. But those are 2 valid trades there. What can you take it to? This high, these highs, and whatnot, right? But later on, basically, so when I got to the charts, by the way, so this is what I traded, by the way. And this is where I probably should have traded. So here's 10 o'clock, right? Where we're opening up with them swing points. It's just GXT, right? C2 candle, I'm trading C3. We're opening up with a swing point. Now, if I just, you know, if we want to see continuation, I mark an EQ of this, look for a fine key level. There's really nothing on the 30-minute hourly that's really that clean. So I can go the 15-minute here. I mean, like, look, just enter from this, right? Yeah, you guys can see there's SMT here. You guys can even trade this SMT, bro. You guys see this SMT? Like, you can scalp this 1 minute and stuff like that. That could be a trade too, potentially, or for 3-minute, whatever. I don't think the reverse signature looks that clean here, to be honest. So, yeah, probably a skip there. I'd probably just wait for this gap, if anything. But this original CST, it's not looking like too great. Wait for a gap to show you its displacement. But anyways, we have this SMT right here, as you guys can see. And so that should be their refined key level, right? SMT, CST. So this is probably what I should have taken, but it doesn't really matter, to be honest. Like, that's 2R right there. Or this, like, this is what I took, basically, on gold. So I know that silver, I was watching it, I was like, silver can get the high. I was like, maybe this can too. I don't know why I closed, but I did, and thank God I did, because, again, this shit just like reverses from SMT. They're gonna see that I get a little bit better RR here. And honestly, I got a little bit better fill than what it shows here, to be honest. I actually got a little bit better fill. You can't see it here, but I exit everything here, right? And yeah, it was kind of just to build basically just to pass some evals. I didn't pass all of them, but you're gonna see I closed when we hit this SMT, right? So you can see it in this candle, right? It's in this candle up here. As you can see, the second bullish candle I closed somewhere up here, right, for like 2R. So it doesn't really matter because it's 2R anyways. Like, this is 2R to the high, and then I got 2R anyway. So it doesn't really matter. to be honest. And yeah, it just reverses off of nothing, or not off of nothing, but typically you don't see this happen. It's kind of like RTY today. Typically, like, I don't like S&P like this, because what you're seeing is that at the S&P as lows, all assets are expanding away. You see they're all expanding away? Typically, they're all going to reach the same draw. So this S&P is, I would never trade this reversal. You know what I'm saying? Just like I would never trade RTY reversal, like lower. You know, I'm not trading this lower. You know, so that's just how I approach it, right? The logic stays the same, even if the market does it. You know what I'm saying? I don't usually like to see that. But clearly, clear as day, it clearly is a reversal because of what this reaction is. You know, this huge expansion. Like when price creates SMT, hits a key level and expands away like this, I mean, that's a reversal signature. So you have to respect it. And we create this gap, right? So again, this is like really good framework. When you guys see this right here, I put this out in my little video that I did. The little series I'm gonna start doing. I'm gonna start, you know, doing some, showing some hindsight examples or backtest examples, or maybe examples on like Forex. It can be anything. It doesn't matter. I just want to show you guys like clear cut examples. Here's one, to be honest, right? That's why I traded. Is perfect, right? Anyways, like I said, in that video yesterday, I told you guys about this little framework that I love to see. It's kind of like a structure framework, right? Where you get an SMT, let's say at this high, right? And then price expands away from it, so it's showing you that's reversing, creates a gap, and then retraces, but doesn't trade into the actual low. So what do you have right here? Equal lows, right? Or, you know, failure swings. And when you trade into that gap, really high probable gap to get this low. We have S&T in the gap. I mean, fucking hell, dude. It's really good. It's really, really good. Really good stuff. So that's what we have here, right? Equal lows, relative equal lows, and then a gap. So what do you want to see? S&T in the gap. If I go to the previous 6-hour candle as well, what do we see? We are seeing that's this candle here is a reversal candle. So think about like quarterly theory. Just think about the like if-then scenarios, right? Like via sessions, because you can kind of view each 6-hour candle as a session almost, or like AM session, the New York session, manipulated. As you can see, it's a C2 candle, and Q4, which is like PM session, expands. You can kind of view it the same here, right? If I bar up like here, what we kind of get, we get Q1, which is Asia session, the first half of Asia manipulates. So Q2 and Q3 expand, as you guys can see, expand into relevant levels. That relevant level has SMT, and then it. So the base of this candle like expanded, but also reversed in the same candle, right? So now you're gonna ask yourself, it's like with this large wick though, this is kind of concerning. You see this large ass wick. So that's why I kind of play my targets conservatively, even though it hits the full objective. I only take like 2R on this really, but you're gonna see it is a good trade. You guys can see this is a 10 AM reversal candle, confirmed by a 1-hour swing point. We expand, but you want to time the continuation, guys. Like for example, you don't want to be taking like the 15-minute up in here. Wait for 12 o'clock. Wait for 12 o'clock. That's how you trade 10 AM continuation typically. Just wait for 12, right? That's what we get here. Win this candle right here. So you're gonna see silver doesn't have a gap, but remember I told you guys you don't need all assets to have a gap. Some people are gonna tell you opposite. I'm gonna tell you right now, my experience, you don't need both assets to have a gap. You know what I'm saying? It is ideal though that the asset with the gap, honestly, ideally, is creating the SMT fill. So it's ideally the asset with the gap is not being traded into. Ideally, now you can see sometimes where it doesn't work out that way, where it's like the other way around, which can be fun, but it's ideal. Like it's ideally like this, and that's what happens here. So you can see we have SMT here, which is actually creating the high of 12 o'clock of that quarter, basically, right? So if we go here, you guys can see that SMT fill. Now again, what are the steps? if you want to trade this candle here, the C2 candle basically, and just trade the reversal in general. When we hit a key level, what do you want to see? SMT. That's check one. Okay. Now when you hit that key level, is the current candle that we're trading a reversal candle or an expansion candle or reversal candle? We can clearly see it's all dependent on wick size. So if it has a small wick, you're in the go, you can enter the trade because that candle can reverse into expansion. So as you can see, that's what it does. So you have a small wick here. The 4 hour is small enough, right? So we're all good here. We can trade this basically. And now you need a reversal signature within this candle, right? Now, since the daily wick is so large here, it's pretty freaking large. I don't just take the first like CSD, for example, because it's a little riskier in my opinion. So I wait for price to really show this displacement gaps. I'm telling you, like, gaps are so useful. They're really good. This is the most ideal scenario for trading this. And since like the profile doesn't really support it as well, I really demanded price to show me and give me like the highest probable signature and price. And again, this is the highest probable signature and price. Again, this is my last YouTube video, like this specific sequence, right? What is this, guys? An SMT, boom, SMT, a gap, an SMT the gap. So that's the GXT universal sequence. And so is this on the lower time frame. This is also the sequence as well, where you confirm that with a V shape, a gap, and a CSD. I told you guys the highest probable continuation signature you're gonna see. So you get. So you don't even think about it. You just enter it. So it's the same as UV, but he entered from the gap, which is fine as well. But I really just took like 2R on this, guys. So you see this little internal low? I'm not demanding a lot here. Like, I'm literally demanding the previous hourly low. That's it. That's all I took here. But it did go all the way. Actually, it took a little while. But it did end up going there. Pretty sluggish, but that's really late in the day, though. It's like 16, 15, really late in the day. But, I mean, this is what overall good trades look like, guys. They're so obvious. This is why I think gaps are so good. Because you just can't fuck it up. I mean, you really can't, dude. Like, it's literally super easy, you know? It's easy from trading the reversal, for example, or the continuation. It's like, on this lower time frame reversal, what are you gonna wait for? A gap, okay? If you wanna trade, you know, the profile, continuation profile, this would be the continuation profile, or anything in here, continuation away from this, just wait for a gap, you know? Like, that's it. We get 2 opportunities here in continuation, by the way. You get this one, the 4 hour, remember this 4 hour gap right here? You get that one, right? Remember, the only time you ever use a 4 hour gap in continuation is when Asia's low day. That's it, okay? That's what we have here, SMT fill there. So there's your New York AM session continuation, but you actually have this continuation. So this is your GXT, right? With a low day, it's printed from a reversal candle. You can trade this continuation, right, in Asia. I wonder if that's a PSP. Just curious. Okay, it is. Right, bullish candle, bearish candle. Okay, really nice, really nice. But in here, again, you do get this. So what forms the low of that 1800 candle, right? That 4 hour candle. What forms the low of that? Is a string switch, PSP, and this is an SMT fill. Right there. What did it be formed right here, guys? Equal highs. So it's that model that I told you guys about. When price expands away from reversal, okay, leaves highs like this, and then creates a gap. SMT in the gap, dude. Like, this is fucking free as fuck. Cowboys, fucking do better. Like, you're selling me, dude. Super clean, bro. Man. The Asia session, you could have made so much money here, really. But anyways, let me just shut up. But that's some good stuff there, and obviously in New York. So that's my trade. That's the logic here, guys. Those are my 2 trades. It's honestly a really good day that I had. I'm like 3-0 really, but could have been better. Could have been better. Could have a really good Asia day, and fuck, dementia is kicking in. So Oh yeah, YM. YM was really good too, guys. Really good stuff. Like again, go to the guy here, like V-shaped signature. What the fuck? Sorry. Here, V-shaped signature. Like after SMT, super clean stuff, right? V-shape, some gaps. Pivot to mid-plate. That's some good stuff. I mean, this could have been traded too, but this is very large. Like, where do you put stop loss? And we already hit the high. That's the problem here, in my opinion. So, you're gonna see here. You're gonna see a strength switch. This is why this is really clean, guys. You have SMT. This asset hits the high. Where is this asset? Not above this high. And then you see the strength switch clearly. Look right here. Really small opposing run. NQ starts to trade lower, probably into a gap, honestly. Not the 15-minute, 5-minute or something. Yeah, it's like some 5-minute gaps. You can see YM just doesn't trade into any gaps, and it just continues. So really, honestly, even this this is not really a chase, in my opinion. Like this CSD, if you get a better fill, because this is not a good one. This is like 2R, not 2R. I mean, it's not 2R, so like you need to have 2R ideally into the high, which would be like that fill. You don't get it, so personally wouldn't even catch that unless it's the 1 minute, but that's kind of pushing it. I'm not gonna cap. Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be the worst trade ever. And I wonder if that does go 2R. Just kind of curious. If you put your stop loss low. Not, hell no, it does not. It's close though. It's close. You gotta put your stop loss like, anyways, whatever. I don't think it doesn't go 2R, but that wouldn't be the worst entry ever, but just because of strength switch. But yeah, I think that's it. Even oil today was really clean. Like today was just an overall really clean market, guys. Like really, really clean stuff, in my opinion. Because you have this weekly SMT, guys. So weekly SMT here, and yeah, this is strength switch, dude. Like it's really not bad, bro. So this previous candle is bullish. CL is bullish, but the previous week over here on HO is bearish. As you can see, a 2-stage PSP there, which is confirmed by this reversal candle on Thursday, as you guys can see. And you're just asking yourself, do we get a reversal signature? And it's the same thing on fucking repeat. Yes, clearly, right? Clearly. So when these gaps in continuation, what do we get here? Gap, right? 4 hour. And you can clearly see like we're taking out some lows down here. And yeah, we clearly have like some type of SMT, so probably 6 hour, some type of like 6 hour SMT, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's at 6 in the morning, so about 9 o'clock we get like some type of divergence. Looks like, I don't know if that's news. It kind of looks like it. Yeah, maybe it's not as clean as I thought, but yeah, I don't know if I would have caught this. Let's see. Okay, that 9 o'clock candle. Okay, yeah, this looks like advanced premium discount, I think. Yeah, so yeah, look at this candle running lows while this asset is like really high in the range, like in a gap, and it has available targets. Yeah, it's really clean actually. Really nice, like really strong signatures here, like super strong. The day is already a bullish expansion candle. While this asset's like manipulating the current low of day, this one over here is really high in the range. The middle asset is just fucking jerking off. That's not the middle asset. This one, wait, CL is. Yeah, the CL is. It's because they're kind of decoupled right now. But clearly, we changed this high, like the previous day looks like. That high looks like this high, right? Monday. Yeah. Okay, so this actually already hit it. So now you're seeing some strength switching going on, where now this asset's the strongest to catch up to that over there. So yeah, really pretty clean stuff. If I look at this, do you have a V shape? Hell yeah, man. V shaped signature there, confirming this is a true reversal. I think all assets close bearish, right? Oh no, PSP too. Bullish PSP. Yeah, really clean, to be honest. I think all assets like reverse from this, by the way. Even like RB is the weakest. Yeah, it just like rips. I wonder if that's news. 9:30? Probably is, bro. But this is a really clean trade too. Yeah, today today could have been crazy, but that's some good learning stuff for you guys, right? And what are we doing? Dude, we're just using gaps. Again, like here, you're just using gap. Another gap. 30-minute gap. While the other assets run a low. You know? It's really not too complicated, right? And yeah, those are some clean stuff. Some clean stuff. So yeah, that's really the recaps and some hindsight stuff that are some potential trades. So those are some things I want to be showing you guys as like opportunities that I think are clean and fit the model to a high degree. So yeah, let me know if you guys learned something, and yeah, I think it's the best way to learn. And yeah, I honestly prefer doing like recaps. Yeah, I prefer like putting out more recaps and stuff over any type of like education. As far as like answering questions, like I think this is the best way to learn, is what I'm trying to say. Is watching like these short videos that I put out and recaps and all that stuff, rather than asking me every single little question. Like, you're just gonna find the answers in these recaps, because that's all it is, right? I'm really showing the whole process. So I'm hoping this answer a lot of people's questions, is what I'm trying to say here. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later.